I've made a couple of changes recently. Let's see if they've worked. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, everybody. Hope you're doing awesome. A happy Sunday to you all. It is Sunday, 12th of April, 2026. And it is day 56 of the Chilli Grow Up. Now, yesterday, they were fed and watered. Lots of fertiliser and lots of water. The day before that, we added soil to the bases for more base support, more structural support. And the big question is, has it made a difference? So let's have a little look at these tubs. I've got them all categorized into their own sections. We'll have a little look through and make sure progress has been made and changes are visible. I think just from one look here, you can see, I think it's made a big difference. But let's look deeper into this. Other than that, I hope you're doing awesome and you're having a great Sunday. Me and Lucy are doing great. She's having a snooze look, aren't you? Yeah. All right. I'll let you get back to sleep. Other than that, I hope you're doing awesome, guys and girls. Let's do this. Let's get into day 56. So let's start with our striped peppers. We've got the Sugar Rush Peach stripies here. There's the first one. Looking awesome with the stem there. Great leaves. And a good root system. Look at that. Right down to the bottom. Beautiful, beautiful. And here's another one. Let's turn this tub around. Same look, just resting on the support cane, but looking lovely. Here's our third, probably the smallest one, but new shoots, new leaves, solid stem, not going anywhere, you know. And is there one more? Oh yes, right in the middle, because the leaves were so big. Look at this one. Just beautiful. Solid stem. Lovely leaves. Everyone got great root system. Super happy with the Sugar Rush Peach stripe. Let's have a look at the other striped peppers, the Zebrange. Here's the first one. Being solid, propped against the cane. And a lovely solid stem. Here's a second doing the same. Not going anywhere. Lovely roots. Yeah, right down to the bottom there, look. Here's the third. This is probably our smallest. It's a bit touch and go on these leaves, look. A little bit of damage, but this was all wet and slimy before, so I think it's made quite a difference. We'll see how it plays out. But looking all right. And finally, there is this one. Just beautiful. Look at this. Leaves solid stem. That was me knocking that there. And some good roots here. Yep, just starting to show on the bottom, look. Excellent, excellent on the Zebrange. Here's the tub full of Super Hots. The crazy, crazy peppers. Let's start with our Carolina Reapers. We've got one here. Nice little one, doing all right though. New leaves coming through. Nice stem. Here's our second. Let's have a little look at this one. Lovely stem, loads of new leaves coming in, look. And a lovely root system. Making its way down. Filling the gaps. Very, very nice. And let's have a look at this one. This is our final one. Perfect. Look at this. The leaves are just excellent. You can tell since we fertilized, all these leaves now are a lot darker green. The nitrogen, new leaves are forming. When they've been out in the sun, they've been able to get the chlorophyll going. Just excellent. Lots of roots here. Perfect on the Carolina Reaper. Here we have the Armageddons. Looking lovely though. Great leaves. New ones coming through in a solid stem. Bit small, no roots showing just yet, but let's have a look at this one. This is the one. Look at this one. The leaves are just out of control. Loads of new shoots coming through. Solid stem. And look at these roots. Roots coming off the roots now. For sure, we are going to need to transplant very, very shortly on this Armageddon. Just beautiful. Let's have a check of the ghost peppers. They've been a bit bashed, to be honest. You see a bit of knocking on the leaves there, but looking good. Great roots right to the bottom there. Apart from that leaf, the rest look okay. So we'll see what happens with that one. And then secondly, there's this one that's got a little bit of damage too. But then the rest of the leaves are looking alright and new leaves are coming through. Solid stem, well, it's connected there. And yeah, decent roots making their way to the bottom. Nothing touching the bottom just yet, but that'll only be a matter of time. And here's the third one. Lovely stuff, just propped against the solid stem and a beautiful, beautiful root system on the ghost peppers. Let's check out the Kashmiri merch. I've got 3 of these in the cups. They're all looking a bit sad, but to be honest now they're looking excellent. The leaves have perked up, new leaves there, and a lovely root system right down to the bottom, look, making its way around. Do a quick check of the second one. Again, just resting against the support cane, lovely and tall, and a great root system. Wow, right down to the bottom there. Beautiful stuff. And here is our third, on its own, holding its own, look. Lots of new little leaves coming through. And where's those roots? There they are. Lovely stuff. Just about hitting the bottom. All 3 have drastically improved in my opinion on the Kashmiri Cayennes. Both are looking excellent. Both have improved a lot, I think. Leaves have perked up nicely. Roots are making their way down. Yeah, a bit more time for that one. Let's see this one here. Lots of action down here, new leaves. Lots of little new shoots popping up. Super perfect and lovely roots. Just about to make it to the bottom. Really nice. Cayennes. Large orange tie. Now I was concerned greatly about both of these. I thought they were going to slowly finish off, but the leaves, they were super cold over the last couple of days. They've started to open up again. New leaves are popping through, new shoots on the side, and we've got roots flying out the bottom. So for sure, oh yeah, every gap on the bottom, look, we've got roots. That's just excellent, excellent, excellent. Really cool to see. Look at the roots coming off those roots. Can you see them just there? That's something. That's awesome. And focus there. Lovely. So yes, very, very shortly we'll need to transplant this. Just let the bottom fill up a little bit more. And then we've got one that's even taller right here. Look at this stem. Solid. Now these leaves were completely rolled over themselves a couple of days ago. And I'm happy to show you that now they're not. That one maybe. But it's doing better. It's looking healthier. A lot darker leaves, less curling, thicker stem, and a beautiful root system. Yeah, right down to the bottom, look. Just touching the bottom. Excellent on the large orange tie. Let's check in on our poblanos. I've got a couple of these. Here's the smallest one. Even though it's small, it's looking great. New leaves, new shoots are popping through in the middle. Solid stem, no support needed. And the wow, look at that root. Really cool. So very soon we'll need, look at that, all the way down. We'll need transplanting soon. All those other little roots coming out of the root trying to find nutrients. Amazing stuff. And here we go with the second. Solid, a lot taller, a nice stem, new leaves, new action in the middle. And let's check these roots out. Yep, just starting to pop out the bottom here, look. Fantastic. I was a bit worried about these for a bit, but they're going to be alright on the poblanos. Moving on to the black jalapenos. I was really worried about these. They were not looking good. But in props here, the leaves are looking a bit more healthy. A bit darker and some new ones popping through. Obviously with their size, they're not hit the bottom yet, but they're on the way. Look, I can see one just here. And, oh yeah, just about to. Lovely stuff. Right, and then secondly, we have this one. Bit leggy, bit loose. But the leaves looking great. New leaves coming through. I don't think there's a root system showing just yet, but all in good time on these black jalapenos. Looking great. We have our Tabascos. They are all doing so well in my opinion. The leaves have all perked up, no more yellowing. They've got support canes, but just to prop against them. But they're all in different, we've got basically a small, medium and a large. Let's have a look at the small. Lots of new action going through there. And a great root system. Popping right out the bottom, look. Just incredible. Let's get back there to focus. Really thick roots as well. Let's have a look at this one. And we've also got a root popping out the bottom there. Wonderful. It's great knowing that very soon we're going to need to start transplanting. And this is the biggest one. Got a couple of cable ties. It's probably not needed. Not needed now. But let's see. Take that off in the next day or two. I'll just keep checking on it. With a lovely root system. Nothing down the bottom yet, but pretty much at the bottom already. Looking great on the Tabascos. We have our regular jalapeno. This is the only one that's cupped. The rest have been transplanted. But I think very shortly we'll be transplanting this one. Lovely leaves, new shoots. A little bit yellow leaves on the seed leaves there. Just a little bit, but a great root system there, look. It's still yet just starting to poke out the bottom, look. Really cool. Only be a matter of time till we transplant this jalapeno. Our purple peppers next. Here are the Bueno Mulatas. We got the 3 here, all in different sizes. Let's start with the smallest grower here. Looking alright though, lost a lot of its purple leaves, apart from the seed leaves here. Very small, so no roots showing just yet. Hopefully he'll make it through. Here's our second one. Looking really nice. Lots of new leaves. Lots of stuff happening down the stem now. Really nice. Really nice bushy plant. Decent stem. And the roots look all the way down. Popping out the bottom there. Just excellent. That one's coming along nicely. And finally we've got this one here. Just propped up against a support cane. So it's quite tall and leggy. New leaves. And a lovely root system also. Just starting to make its way and collect on the bottom. Really nice on the Bueno Mulatas. Dream catchers next. I've got the 5 here. This one is the only one I'm a little bit concerned about. I don't know if he got some fertilizer on or what, but the leaves just seem a bit bashed, you know what I mean? Definitely some water or fertilizer on them here. Could just be the purple in the leaves in the middle. I'm not entirely sure. See, like this one, it looks burnt and scalded, but it could just be the markings, the green and purple. We shall see anyway. I mean, it's just propped against solid stem, lots of new leaves coming through, so even if these are a bit beaten up, should be absolutely fine. Roots are coming out the bottom, look. I'm not seeing much along the sides, but progress is progress. Let's have a check of this one. Lovely leaves. Just fantastic. Solid stem. And yeah, it's just making its way to the bottom, look. Perfect. Let's have a quick check of our third. Again, the leaf. It's all purpley white, so it might just be the actual plant itself. But looking good. Good root system going on there. Just about to hit the bottom. We have a few on the side here, look. Very nice. And this is probably our biggest one. But doing good. Lots of new leaves. Lots of new shoots. Really solid stem. And see, it's only a little bit there. So all in good time, I think. But they're all going to be okay on these dream catchers. Scotch bonnet MOAs next. This is the one that's on the support cane because it's just propped. Super leggy. But looking alright. Some roots showing at the bottom there. All in good time for that one. We shall see. As this one, the seed leaves have just toasted away. True leaves are looking great. New leaves coming through, so shouldn't be too worried. Roots at the bottom. Here are two most productive cupped ones. Looking great. And decent roots making its way down. And last but not least, look how dark green these leaves are. Really nice. This one's just grown really well. Solid stem. I can't get over this. Look at these. Marvellous. All the way down the bottom. Good stuff on the Scotch bonnet MOAs. Here's the habaneros. Obviously very small, so there's no root system coming just yet. They're looking alright. Looking darker in green. And a bit more stronger stemmed. I think they're okay. I think that wind beat them up a little bit when I had them out too long in the storm, but looking alright. See, the roots are making their way down. All in good time. For the habaneros. They'll be okay. I really think they will. Our Zimbabwe black. It's lost all the purple off its top true leaves. But look at all this down the middle. Really productive. Looking great. An awesome root system here. Coming along nicely on the Zimbabwe black. Looking forward to trying these out. Super bushy. Very small chilies, and they grow upside down, pointing towards the sun. Zimbabwe black. And last but not least, we've got our one and only sweet banana. That poor leaf got bashed up. But there's new ones coming, and it's looking good. Decent stem. Nice dark green leaves. Not much curling at all. And again, the roots are just perfect. No stress, no drama on this sweet banana. The plants under the light, and they've all been shuffled around. As you can see, some of the potted plants that I didn't bring out today because we wanted to see how the cups were doing. And in summary, I think they're doing all right. I think the leaves have improved, healthy growth. Nothing too fast, but you know, it's only been a couple of days. But I really do think with the leaves, the new shoots, that's the thing, the new leaves, the new stems, everything is showing signs of healthy growth, getting there step by step, slow and steady. That's how we win the race for the chili growing. So I think everything's okay. I think Even some of the plants like this one here that's got that little bit of marking on, we'll just keep an eye on it, but new shoots are growing, new leaves are forming, and the leaves that were a bit bashed and curled and yellowed are now dark green, looking better, looking healthier, full of nitrogen and chlorophyll. And I think everything's on the up and up. I don't think we've got any plants now that to be worried about. And to be honest, in total, we've lost those 2 at the beginning, and the ahi pineapples never even germinated. So far, so good. Am I just being lucky at the moment? Maybe. I'm just doing what they say online, doing what the instructions say online, doing what the experts say, and it seems to be working. Well, that wraps up day 56. I'm close to 60 subscribers now. I can't get over it. Thank you all, to all of you. Thank you all so much. Subscribing, like, loads of comments, loads of people sharing from all around the world. I just really appreciate it. You give me the drive to continue, and I think you give these chili plants the drive to thrive and give us loads of footage, loads of videos, and eventually loads of peppers. Just thank you all so much. I know every YouTuber's like, oh, cheers, make sure you like, share, subscribe. I genuinely mean it, because me and Lucy, we don't see anybody, we don't speak to anybody, we just grow these chili plants and make these videos. So to know that there are people from all over the world, literally all over the world, watching, leaving a comment, subscribing, sharing, I just thank you from the bottom of my heart. It really means a lot. Just cheers. You guys are awesome. You already know that, but if you need somebody to tell you that, you are fantastic, and you're watching the best channel. Thank you all so much. You take care of yourselves. Make sure you look after me, myself, and I, because no one's going to throw you a lifeline if you're dry and drowning. Can't even speak. Thank you. Thank you all so much. Have a great rest of your weekend and a great Sunday. We'll see you Monday. We'll see you tomorrow for day 57. Thank you all. Stay awesome. Take care. Bye-bye.